related to business or marketing, sales. And the reason for that is we've been incredibly busy. We've been very blessed and fortunate to be able to be growing rather quickly now. And we've been working on hiring more staff and bringing them on and training. And we've been taking a lot of projects on too to help people really scale their businesses. In the last few weeks, we have received a lot of questions about Facebook ad spend. So that, that prompted me to want to create this video to explain some misconceptions and really how Facebook ad spending works. Excuse me. So this first part of the video, I'm going to talk about ad spend, how that works, why there's no set figure, right? And it varies between service businesses and product businesses, and even within the service business themselves, and even products themselves, right? High price, low price. And then I'm also going to talk a little bit about what we've done for offline marketing, right? So you have the Facebook ad spend, then we have, people relying strictly on online digital marketing, and then you have the hybrid of simultaneously running your offline marketing with your online marketing. So I'm going to kind of talk about that type of stuff. So Facebook ad spend. This is a complex topic because, as I mentioned just now, there's no clear-cut answer, right? And there's a lot of different factors you have to take into account that go beyond your business, right? So if for any of you that remember, we're from the last few videos that I've done, we've been running a campaign for a free logo touch-up. And that free logo touch-up campaign has been through Facebook ads only, right? It's paid advertising. And I'm actually going to pull up our account here real quick just so you can see. And we started this campaign on September 22nd, and today is October 30th. And the numbers here, we have 56 leads from the second CBO campaign that running, and 162 from the CBO one, which you can see here, right? So one here and two here. That's put us for a combined total of 218 leads. We've spent $1,211.69, and that brings us to a per lead cost of $5.56, which for us is a phenomenal cost per lead because our services range from minimum 400 up to 8,000, right? And then like monthly SEO, business consulting. So we're like a higher end service. Now, for probably 90% of this campaign that we've run, we've been running, as you can see here, $20 a day. There was 1 week I remember that I boosted it up to $60 a day, and it did help bring in a lot more leads. But then I brought it back down, and today we're generating anywhere between 10 to 12 leads a day, like Sunday through Sunday. Even like the weekends, it slows down a little bit. It's like maybe 8 to 10, but it's been nonstop. Again, we're a national company. We're targeting the entire United States, so we have a lot of people we can advertise to. So we don't need to generate any more leads than necessary either, because the more leads you generate, the more work it is. And because we have a longer sales cycle, we have to make sure that we keep that cash flow ratio in balance so that we don't overshoot ourselves, because I could easily crank this up to maybe $100 a day and generate, 30, 40 leads a day. But then we don't have the human resources to do that right now, because we're just starting to penetrate these different markets and starting to interact with these people through our offer, which is a free logo touch-up. So they get the chance to interact with us, they get the experience of dealing with us, understanding how we perceive business, our background, what we're capable of doing, the mistakes we've made, and how to avoid those types of mistakes. And we don't want to overshoot it, because then we spend too much money, and knowing that our sales cycle could be anywhere from like 3 to sometimes 6 months, if not to a year. If someone's dropping $8,000 on us, it could take them a couple of years to really think about this. So we have really long sales cycles depending on the things that a certain market is looking at doing with us. Certain customers looking at doing with us. So in our case, we're cool with $20 a day. We're generating 10 to 12 leads a day, and we've broken into like 20 new industries. It's been really fantastic. We've had the opportunity to talk to a lot of really great entrepreneurs, and I think I've mentioned this before in different videos, we've also talked to some people that were just hobbyists, right? And that's fine. If you're not committed to your business, you don't want to make millions to really scale it, that's quite all right, right? There's no written rule that you have to do this just because you know, some people just enjoy it, and that's quite all right. It's absolutely fine. But the questions that we get for local businesses, let's say cleaners. You know, our experiences come a lot through cleaning and dealing with cleaners and understanding that market. But what I'm about to say is going to apply to a lot of other service businesses in itself, right? That don't provide, I guess, tangible products. And a lot of people will come to us and say, hey, we want you to run our Facebook ads. What kind of guarantee can you give us? Right there and then I tell them there is no guarantee. You can't guarantee anything in marketing. Like, nothing is guaranteed in marketing. That's why they have the acronym ABT, right? Always be testing. The industry's become so saturated, right? Everyone and their grandmother wants to put up a digital agency or marketing agency, and they put this hat on like there's some sort of guru because they bought someone's courses, but they've never actually done it themselves, or they've never worn a CEO hat, or they've actually never grown a business from 0 to $1 million plus, or even 0 to $500,000, right? And so you see like lots of different guarantees that, oh, we'll get you 20x or 30x or 50x. Like, I'm not sure it's possible, but that's not the case for most people, especially in difficult times like we're in, like in a pandemic. I think there was the other day I saw on a thread on a forum, some guy, or I can't remember what it was. I'm not going to say names or anything, but he was claiming that he spent $1,000 for a customer on ad spend. They got $28,000 of like cleaning jobs. Like, is it possible? Yeah, sure, it is. But I think we have a better chance of winning the lottery than that working out. You know, because there's no way. Like, we have our own cleaning company in Vegas, and before we got hit with this pandemic, we were doing $400,000 a year in sales. And trust me, that wasn't off $1,000 ad spend, right? This is years of building up our offline marketing, our online marketing, our networks, and acquisition and email blasts, and a whole conglomerate of different things to be able to scale that business. Same with what we did with our other companies, like the manufacturing business and our tech company. So, you know, when it comes to Facebook ads, nobody can guarantee you jack shit. You just can't, right? The only two things that we guarantee people are, we guarantee that if you don't spend on some sort of paid advertising, if you're using Facebook, if you're using LinkedIn, if you're using Yelp, whatever you're going to use it on, you will not grow your business to where it needs to be. Like, it's impossible to grow your business as the biggest it can be, if that's your goal, without spending on some sort of paid marketing. And that's online or offline, right? And the second guarantee is, we do guarantee that if you do invest on a platform, whatever paid advertising, or if it's offline, and if you do it intelligently, that eventually you will acquire new customers. When? I don't know. Could be tomorrow. It could be 2 months. It could be a year. You know, like these, especially if you're a new business. So we see this a lot in new businesses, right? People are bootstrapped. Hey, we bootstrapped a tech company. We bootstrapped almost everything we've done in our past history. And people people get scared. They're like, well, you know, I can't afford $100 a day. I get it. But if you can only, let's say, afford a $10 a day ad spend, or maybe $20 a day ad spend, and you're a new business and you have zero presence online because you're new and you've never marketed before online, there's always this period of brand awareness that you have to go through, right? And people need to see your stuff, and I've said this before, and you can Google it. I'm not the only one that says this. Lots of people will say the same thing I do that are legit, right? For somebody to make a decision to buy your product or service, they need to see your material 6 to 7 different times. Like, that's the average, right? So think about, like, there's a lot of outliers too. Maybe some people need to see your shit 50 times or 70 times. And there's some people that are like, the first time they see it, yep, I'm buying. But the average turns out to be 6 to 7 times for someone to see your advertising, for them to go, yep, I want to hire this person, or I want to buy their product. So for those, and like, I'm going to focus here on the cleaning business, even though this applies to every industry. Every industry, it's the same mindset. So as a startup company, or as a company that's maybe stuck, right? Because we've talked to many people that have been in business for 7 years, and I'm expecting them to tell me that they've growing their business to, 250,000, 300,000. That's okay for a local business after 7 years, especially if you're kind of on your own, maybe with a tech or something like this. That's pretty good. But these people are like 80,000, 90,000, 100,000 after 7 years. And it's just because their systems are a little bit backwards, right? The good thing is like they recognize this. That's why they come to see us, because they've watched our videos, they've talked to us on the consulting calls, and they recognize that, hey, we kind of have a system figured out that we can help them do that. But again, let's go back to Facebook ads here. So we get asked, can you guarantee it? No, can't. How long is it going to take? I don't know. We don't know. We never will know. We had no clue how long it was going to take for us to generate the 218 leads that we've generated in the 35 days or whatever, 34, and it ended up being $5.56. Have we closed about $12,000 in sales off that 1,200 ad spend? Yeah, we have. We've been very fortunate. But if I take out the big package, because one had purchased an $8,000 package, if I take that out, then our ROAS has actually dropped to like $4,000. So we've done $4,000 in sales off this $1,211 ad spend from 218 leads. But you guys have to remember that even though you're optimizing for a conversion, you want people to buy your product or you want them to buy your service, you still want to collect their emails, because you're still going to build these email lists, and then you can email blast them with more valuable educational content, kind of share what's going on in a specific industry, or general content that can be applied to their business regardless of the industry they're in. And then over time, that's also marketing, right? So you get MailChimp, you get Constant Contact, send it out from those leads that you generated. Like, you have to capture these leads. And again, it varies from industry to industry. So like, take a carpet cleaning company, for example. Someone who's starting off from scratch, doesn't have a lot of cash. All of a sudden, 3 weeks pass by. Let's be less. Let's say 2 weeks pass by. And they have, let's say, spent $500. $600. Let's just say that, right? Low. 13,000 people have seen it in the area. You've had 35 landing page views, meaning like people actually like the copy, they like the video, they're interested, they clicked on it, and then they came to the actual landing page where you have your offer. And then let's say of those 25 landing page views, 7 people actually clicked the book now button or call now button or whatever it is the offer that you have, or fill out the form button. And maybe only one person filled out the form, right? This is to be expected because nobody knows who you are. And in a cleaning business where you're inside people's houses with the pandemic and how things are, people are going to be a lot more skeptical. Unfortunately, I received some news today that a few of my relatives passed away because they got COVID, and a couple of our close friends that are also customers, they've lost some family members to COVID and stuff, and so there's all these different factors that come into play. So when you're going through these different types of stages for the customers, right? Especially for your new business, you have to spend money. And I know a lot of people, they get scared. Oh, what if I spend $500 on ad spend? What can I get? You know what? Being a cleaning business, probably not a lot. You might not even book anything, right? Because nobody knows who you are. You're going inside people's houses. People need to really think about this. Generally, they're going to take some time to do some more research, so they need to continue to see your ad. But as long as your ad is getting likes, remember, you're optimizing for conversions. People can still like, you can still, if they like your thing, you can invite them to like your page. But these are like higher qualified people because Facebook has optimized for conversions for them to put their ads, or for Facebook to put their ads in front of people that are most likely to be like, yep, I'm going to buy this product, or yep, I'm going to book this service. So that's how that works. And so after $500 ad spend, you can look at the stats. The stats are clear as day, and you're going to, should I pull it? No, I'll do this in a different video. But there's different stats that you look at. And you go, okay, my cost per 1,000 impressions is X amount. Is that within the industry standard? Yes or no? And it's a little bit too high. Let's go back and look at our offer. Does our offer make sense? Is it easy for them to? Is the action that I want my customer to take, or potential customer to take, clear as day? Could a 3-year-old do it, or 6-year-old? Sorry. Right? Because now kids super tech, like when they're 6, right? Tablets and things like this. Can a 6-year-old do this and truly understand what the ad wants them to do? So if you talk to like some of the best Facebook ad marketers out there, which I've had the pleasure of, there's a guy named Ben Heath. He's been a great mentor to me. I've got a lot of amazing free content out there. Check his stuff out. Really good guy. I've had a consulting session with him, right? He charges like $520 an hour for one consulting session. Yes, I paid that because he's probably the best I've ever seen in the Facebook ad marketing campaign or Facebook world, marketing world, right? And it's a reflection. You know, all the videos that I consume from him plus 1 hour consultation. Look, we've booked 12,000 in sales, $1,200 ad spend, and we're generating every day 10 to 12 leads. You know, so there are people out there that know that. These types of people like him that are at his level and other agencies that can perform like them, they won't take on customers without doing like a $3,000 setup fee and then at least being able to spend $3,000 per month at minimum, because that's what it takes. Like, and so when, you know, going back to the cleaning industry, because we're from the cleaning industry, we know that the mentality of cleaners is very, it's like on the cheaper side, right? Like cheap, 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 cheap. And it's just a reality. And I can say this because I've been in the cleaning industry for 10 years. And just from all these experiences interacting and doing these ourselves, and, you know, we have our own cleaning business in Las Vegas, you know, we're dropping sometimes $3,000 a month. You know, things are tough in Las Vegas because we have high employment rate. Our city's been hit really bad with the pandemic, but we're still dropping at least $1,500, sometimes $2,000, a little bit more every month. And yeah, we're in the black, green, however you want to say it. And we've booked jobs. And the interesting thing is we're getting more demand for tile and hard surface cleaning than we are for carpet. And so, like, there's so many factors that go into setting your daily ad spend. So if you're a new business and you don't have a big budget and you're spending $10 a day, $20 a day, you're going to need to spend that for quite some time to begin to see results. There's no question about it, because people need to know who you are. You're a new company. Nobody knows who you are. And then there's different factors, like being in a service business that might be considered a luxury. Like, we honestly think that like carpet cleaning, maid services, upholstery cleaning, like really these are more luxurious services. You don't need to get your carpet cleaned, right? Like, we recognize that. You don't need to have your tile and grout. You don't need to have your upholstery. I mean, eventually, yeah, you do need it, but people are going to put their necessities first, like make sure they pay the rent and things like this. And so you have to spend money. And a lot of people are scared to do that. They're very fearful. Oh, what if I go into debt? What am I going to do? I was scared for a long time. Like years ago, I was really, really scared to want to go into debt. But if you think about it, if the debt that you invest into your business is an intelligent debt, again, it's going towards activities to bring sales, right? You're not hiring somebody just to sit there and be your secretary. No, you have to do that work. So any debt that you take on needs to go like 98% towards sales and marketing, because without that, you're done and over and toast and forget it, right? Might as well just close the company down and go work for somebody, you know? As harsh as that sounds, but that's how that works. So you can't be afraid of debt as long as you're using it intelligently. So the daily ad spend limit for like a cleaning company that's brand new, you just have to be patient. It might take you $3,000 in ad spend to finally get one customer or two customers, right? But then you're getting testimonies, you get the referral network, and then you're going to be combining, which I'm going to get into this a little bit here so I can show you how this works as a system. You're going to get the referral business in the surrounding neighborhood business with your offline marketing, which I'm going to get to in a little bit. So again, just want to emphasize one last time, ad spend, Facebook ad spend. There is no magic number. Logically, the more you spend, the higher likely it is, as long as your offer is good, as long as your audiences are set right, you have lookalike audiences, you have a good offer, you will book a job, or you will sell the product eventually. If none of that ever worked, period, at one point, something's wrong. Either nobody likes your product, your offer's garbage, your pricing is ridiculously expensive, even if your offer's amazing, and people are just like, these people are crazy. What are they asking $3,000 to get my carpet clean? I mean, this is an exaggeration, but Facebook ads work as long as you do it right. And if things aren't working after, let's say, 90 days, then you have, even before that, right? You look at the numbers. Your numbers ultimately dictate if you need to change your ad copy, if you need to change your daily budget, if you need to change the offer, if you need to change how you're capturing people's data. For example, take cleaning business. Again, I'm sorry if I'm using cleaning business, but a lot of people that we've been talking to lately have been cleaners who want to do Facebook ads, but they want some miracle guarantee. You take The fact that you're going to people's house, a stranger is letting another stranger into their house in the middle of a pandemic. So let that sink in for a second. For them to make that decision to book online without talking to you, without giving you the information, and a lot of people just wanting to put them to their online booking through its market or House Call Pro, it's going to be real tough. It's, we're doing it for our cleaning company because we have been in business for like 10 years. We have 10,000 followers on our Facebook page. People know our company. But this is different for us. And we're not trying to really grow our cleaning business anymore because we have our tech firm, we have our private equity firm, we have other things that we're working on. But for a startup cleaning company, it's going to be even harder for someone just to book online if they've never seen you before. Even if your offer looks great, people still want to talk to people. So that's why when you know that your ad copy is good, you know that people are getting your landing page, but that's like where they're stopping, then you need to figure out, okay, should I put an online chat there so where they can chat to me because they've already made it this far? Whereas because they're taking the time to leave Facebook, that's a higher, in our eyes, it's a higher quality lead if someone leaves Facebook. Whereas if you're using these message ads, I refuse to use message ads. We will never use message ads for any customers we do, even our own business, because you get so many junk leads and people like tire kickers and people that aren't even serious about it, right? And you spend money. So in our heads, if we're going to spend money, we want to spend money on those that are most likely to purchase our services, whether it's from our tech company or our product-based business, from our investment firm company that we bought, or our cleaning business. Like, we want people to take action. And I said this earlier in a different video, the more hoops you make people jump through, within reason, right? You don't want them to go this, and this, and this, like this, these people are crazy. Enough. So taking them off Facebook to a landing page where they can see your offer clear as day. They see a little bit more information. They have a book now button, call now button, chat now button, or fill out a form button. And so you have to test all those, right? And if things still don't book and still don't come through, then you have to look again at your offer maybe, or you have to look at the time that the campaign's running, or how many people have actually seen it, the different economic factors. Like right now, things are really tight in the States, right? It's tough, right? Do we feel that, and I'm not going to make this a political thing or anything like that, but would the American people benefit from a stimulus? Yes. And we've been tracking these things as a tech company. Like when the stimulus has happened in the States with the unemployment too, man, things are growing for everybody because people had that extra cash to spend. We had a call from one of the property management companies that we deal with in Las Vegas, and they said, and this was a couple weeks ago, because we hadn't heard from them in forever, which normally we always hear from them, right? Because constantly moving in, people out. Las Vegas is a very transient city, people in, out. But with this pandemic, the people there had called us in to do a few jobs, some decent-sized tile jobs. And, my partner had asked them what was going on. It's been a while since we heard from them. Turns out since the eviction restrictions were lifted, they're just evicting people like nobody's seen before. Like 15 houses were going to be evicted or something like this at that time. So if people, because they were 4 to 5 months behind in the rent, right? And knowing that Las Vegas, and I'm just using Las Vegas as an example because that's where we live and that's where we have our companies and we understand how it works there. We're going to speak for other cities that have been affected differently. Like 90% of Las Vegas is tourism, casinos, hotels, Airbnbs, motels, hotels, and like everyone's seen the news, the furloughs, the layoffs. So if people were getting evicted because they didn't pay they couldn't pay their rent for 4 to 5 months, knowing that we've cleaned these property management many times over, then they're not going to have enough money to spend on carpet cleaning. So you have to keep that in mind. Yes, there's still people in Las Vegas that are using us because we're still afloat. We're still surviving. Has it been tough? Absolutely, it's been tough. But we're always marketing. We have to. Other people around us have kind of gone out of business. It's been sad. It's been unfortunate. Or they've had to sell a lot of their trucks. Some actually went out of business. And that's why it's so important that you're always marketing, right? And yeah, it does cost money, but you can intelligently invest that money into marketing if you do things smart, right? And so yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about in terms of Facebook ad spend. There aren't any miracles. Things are tough around the country. I'm not being pessimist. I'm being realist, right? This is a realistic scenario that everybody's facing, right? Because we're running ads I think we're running, California, us in Las Vegas, Pennsylvania, and I might be setting up a couple other people in San Diego. And the whole point is we're getting engagement. People are getting landing page, like the offers. They're sharing these posts to like groups and their friends and their things, and nothing's booked yet for our people out in Pennsylvania. We've only been running it for like a week, and I think we've spent like $120 or $140, but it's getting a lot of traction. It's just going to take time. And if you're spending $20 a day, it's going to take even longer, right? Especially if your target audience is 500,000 people. It's a lot of people, and that's between like the ages of 33 to 65 plus or 55, something like this. So it's going to take time for people to recognize your brand, for them to want to feel safe with you. And then again, like I said, there's so many factors you have to test, right? And that's why when you look at like the best people I've learned from, they're charging these crazy, I mean, they're not really crazy fees because we're doing it ourselves, so it makes sense. Knowing what we can do, we should charge the same thing. But right now we're just trying to help people. That's why we do like a one-time setup thing. We'll set up your lookalike audiences, your warm audiences, your cold audiences. We'll brand all the video, carousel, and static image, and then we'll let you run it. And it's like a one-time. What are we charging? $350 for it or $400? I can't remember what it is. And then we just kind of let people go off on their own because you need to understand they need to learn how this works, and you know, these other agencies want like legit agencies that will get you. I don't want to say guaranteed, but there's a like 99.9% chance that they will get you leads eventually. They won't take clients on if they're not willing to spend $100 a day. Okay, $100 a day, that's a lot. We don't even need to spend $100 a day for a tech company. Granted, we're giving something away for free, like literally free. And so I was talking about this with our client in PA, and I was like, man, you know, what I would do if, like, let's say Natural Dry was starting over, like our company in Vegas, like say we started yesterday, we just built our business, got our branding done, everything's ready to go. Okay, let's market. I would honestly be so risky in terms of the offers that I give. I would literally run an ad and offer free cleaning. I would clean someone's room for free, no charge at all. And that's scary to a lot of people because it's time, you're in the truck, you have to go clean, you don't know if it's guaranteed, if you can upsell them and stuff. But in my head, was a startup, that's part of the sacrifice because you have to provide an experience for people to want to hire you or to let you back in their home, right? And giving something for free also shows that you care about them and you're not just about the money. And again, like it gives them an opportunity to interact with you as a business owner. And then and I'm almost certain doing something like that would book up your schedule like crazy, but you're doing a lot of stuff for free. But who's to say that when you're in their house, you get to upsell them on pet treatment, right? Because all you're doing in your landing page, you're saying, hey, I'm gonna clean one large room for up to 210 square feet, for example. As you get there, you'd kind of do but you would do your whole process. You do a big walk through the house, and maybe they have dogs. You're like, hey, Mrs. Jones, I see all these pet stains here. I know that, you know, if you're satisfied with this room, would you like me to clean this? You're already there. They've known you. They see you. They're going to watch you. And if you give that service to them and a really good thing, there's a higher chance that they're just be like, yeah, please clean those pet stains and please do this and please do my chair, my sofa. And you don't know what could happen. And it could end up being this free job that you went to, ended up turning into a $500 job or $400 job. It's risky, though. It's absolutely risky, right? Because you could go and clean 10 people's houses for free and not get one thing out of it in terms of dollars. But you could they would get to know who you are. They would remember your face. You can get testimonies from them. Like, it's really an aggressive offer. It's risky, yeah, I know. But that's what we're doing in our tech company. I mean, we've had over 218 leads come in. That's 218 different logos we've received. And not everyone's responded to us. I'd say we've had about 170 people literally send their logos. 13% of them have been improvable. The others, nope. But some have opted to use us from scratch, and they've paid us $600 to do their new logo because they know the quality of work and how we understand business and branding is absolutely worth it because we know what we're doing. But with the other people, even if they've liked the logo touch-up, and a lot of people, we haven't had one person, actually I would say, there's been like 3 people that just disappeared, right? But everyone that has seen the logo touch-up and has come back to us has said they've absolutely loved it. And we sent all the files for free. That costs us money. Like, that's not free for us. We have to pay our team, right? We have to pay the design team. We have to pay all the brainstorming, all, going back and forth, the revisions. But at least we're giving the customer value so that they can see when they work with us, like they're working with assassins, like straight up killers when it comes to business, because we're good at what we do. And it's not a brag or anything like this, but it's that confidence, right? And so the same thing would apply as a cleaning business. You're that freaking confident that you can offer something for free and expect nothing in return. You can leave their house, even if they were happy and they don't want, they don't want to buy anything at that point. It doesn't matter. You just impacted them in such a positive way that there's a good chance. Plus, you got their name, you got their email. You can keep marketing on them. So in the beginning, that's how I would do things if I was to start Natural Dry over from scratch. And if I don't recall, I think that's kind of what Natural Dry did. 2012, right? This is before I was even involved in that. I didn't even know the owners at that time. So it's offers, ad spend, new business versus someone who already has 10,000 likes on their page, who's been in business for 12 years. So many different factors. The whole point is if you don't spend money, you won't make money, period. And if you're going to spend a lower daily ad budget, it's going to take you probably 3-4 times as long than if you were to just drop $100 a day. Right? And then there's also certain aspects to where you need to look at the external factors of, the elections are coming up. Everyone's nervous, right? We know that people are struggling for money. There's not been a stimulus. Now, like in Canada, I was talking to one of my friends from Canada, and he said, and I have to Google this, I haven't verified, but I trust him, right? He's from Canada, well, Bulgarian, but was raised in Canada. The government is like paying every citizen $2,000 a month or 2,000, 3,000 Canadian dollars a month. That's not happening in the States, right? So that's why I talked to some people in Canada that their business are booming was because people have excess cash to kind of do those luxuries. So like if it's a window cleaning or if it's carpet cleaning, that's not the case right now in the States. Like it's getting bad, right? I just read a news article my partner sent for me from the MGM. The CEO of MGM is saying that they're trying to figure out what do they close down. What it's not positive stuff, right? But it is what it is. You have to accept the conditions and how they are. So you have to take into consideration the area you're in, the conditions you're in, and you have to work with that. And because we're in tough times, it's probably going to take longer to see conversions for certain types of services where you're going into people's house, knowing that COVID's a risk, because COVID's a very real thing, and it's going to take people a little bit longer to think if they're going to hire you or not. So anyways, that's what I wanted to get across in terms of Facebook ad spend, how to do that stuff, and like quit thinking that someone's going to guarantee you the sky, the moon, and the stars, because if they do, you run the other way. Like run the other way because you're just going to get disappointed. You're going to get a sour, shitty taste in your mouth. You're going to hate people like us, even though we're trying to help people like you in the right way through videos like this. And then then it's going to demotivate you, and it's going to fill you with negative energy. And so like really understand that if you're going to do Facebook ads the right way, you got to spend money, you got to be patient, and it's going to take time. It's going to take months. It really will. So let's kind of go over into the, one second here, I need to check something. Into offline marketing, right? So I always tell people, like, don't depend on online marketing unless you have like $10,000 a month every month to just invest in online marketing strategies. You need to be doing offline stuff. I've said this before in other videos. I'm going to say it again. If you do a hybrid mixture, given what you can, because we're in a pandemic, it's not free range. You can go out and just meet everybody, right? If you do things intelligently, whether that's a door hanger, that's an EDDM, direct mail campaign, whatever it is, this is going to help improve your ability to grow new sales while your online campaigns take some time. So what you're going to see here is a rack card. Oh my gosh, it disappeared. Okay, there we go. So this is a rack card we created for a customer. They're called EcoBright. And God, when did we create that for them? I don't know. I think this was probably a few months ago. Anyways, he gave me a call. The owner gave me a call, and we talked over Facebook call a couple days ago. And he's like, man, that rack card that you did for us, what an amazing outcome. And you can see down here the stats behind it, right? So I'm going to kind of zoom in just so you folks can see it a little bit better here. Why isn't it zooming in? No? Okay, it's not going to zoom in. That's all right. Okay, there we go. I'll go like this. Okay, that's not working either. Oh, well, not important. So the whole point is what they did is give these out to 2,000 households for pressure washing, right? And they only gave it out to the surrounding neighborhoods after a job was completed. They had a 25% closing rate and acquired 500 new customers, right? And then these same people that wanted to use them for pressure washing would then come back and hire them for carpet cleaning, whatever, upholstery, any other different services, right? But that would have never happened had the owner and their team taken advantage of already getting hired by somebody from their Facebook ad or from their existing, and then just going around the neighborhood. Because it's a lot easier to break the ice and say, hey, I just cleaned John's house down the street from you. Here's our rack card. Give us a call if you need any help. You know, and 500 new customers and pressure washers is an expensive service. That shit's not cheap, right? You can get into like $5,000-$10,000 if you're doing like these big houses, right? Like mansions. It's expensive. And so that's my point. Like, when you get a job off Facebook or referral network, wherever you get a job from, come on, folks, take advantage of that. Go out and go out and drop a rack card or drop a door hanger or introduce yourself to people. Yes, we're in a pandemic. Yes, people are a little bit nervous, but people still want to see other people, right? And you can practice social distancing. You can have your face mask on, right? Because you want to be responsible. And it also shows good on customer service, right? If the customer's like, oh, take your mask off, that's up to you. Right, but you always want to show people that you care, because hopefully you do care, right? And, you know, $30 off any service, right? And then $100 off paper sealing. And just ridiculous amount of business. That's probably almost $100,000 of new business you achieved, right? I'm just guessing. I don't know its prices, but if not, at least 50 grand worth of stuff. And it said sold additional services. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was over 100,000 in extra sales that he did. I really wouldn't be. And that's amazing. And that's what everybody wants. But again, he's not, you know, the owner and his team, they're not relying just on Facebook ads. They're out there, they get a job, they take advantage. Boom, 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 boom. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to grow your business, period, you have to do a hybrid of digital marketing and offline marketing. It's like people think that, I don't know what it is, or if people are shy. Maybe people are shy. Like they're too scared, they're too nervous to go up and talk to somebody or shake someone's hand in the commercial building, because people can be timid, right? And so everyone hides behind their computer. That's kind of what a downside about like this digital era we're in. People are like losing those interpersonal skills, like because they get nervous, right? And I even sometimes get nervous a little bit, but I'm still confident. I enjoy talking to people, whereas some people are just straight out scared, like they're scared shitless. So they just want to depend on the digital, and they complain and they whine and they bitch, and it's like, man, change it. You know, you step out of your comfort zone. The only way we can grow as people is by bringing awareness to what you're doing. And so by being aware of what you're doing, you can get out of the comfort zone. Yeah, it's uncomfortable to do new things, but it pays off. And EcoBread is a huge example of when you do offline marketing and you do it intelligently, it pays off, right? This is ridiculous. And what he paid us, I don't know what, $150 to make this thing, and probably easily scored 6 figures in sales. This is a no-brainer. So yeah, folks, that's what I wanted to kind of touch upon with this video. I hope it's been helpful for everybody. I'll share this in a bunch of different groups. Hopefully you can follow us. It's facebook.com/awareness digital. Please give us a like. We also offer a 1-hour free consulting call if you want to talk about different strategies. You know, we can give our insight. But like I said, always make sure that you're doing a hybrid mixture of online, offline. You have realistic expectations. Don't take guarantees from any company that says they're going to guarantee you X amount of ROAS. That there's no way to do that. Dude, the person that figures out how to do that is a billionaire overnight. They can guarantee it no matter what industry, no matter what product, no matter what service. Billionaires literally overnight. But it's never going to happen because it's impossible to guarantee marketing, because nobody really knows what's going to work. That's why you need to carry an Excel sheet. Okay, campaign 1, major flop. Okay, we're not doing that again. Campaign 2, shit, we had 80% conversion on that. Let's kind of work with this. Campaign 3, that was only 40%. We still made business, but not as much as this other one. And that's what you do. It's nonstop testing. Like, that's why I sometimes get a little bit annoyed, like people claiming to be marketing gurus. You see all these videos, like there is no guru behind it. It's just use common sense, be intelligent, test things. And it's like being in the kitchen, right? You have a bunch of ingredients and you know that something in here is valuable to your customers. And now it's just about putting that together and presenting to them, right? Because it's all how you structure something. You can structure an offer in like 5 different ways. And even though in your head, it's literally the same thing, like 1 + 1 is 2, but to somebody else, they could see it differently, even though it's still the same offer. And a lot of people understand that too. The way you structure something can mean the difference of someone buying from you or being like, no, this guy or this girl, these people, they don't make any sense, you know? So structuring your deal the right way. I mean, so anyways, I'm blabbing now. Again, please give us a like, smash the like button. We appreciate it. My name's Marcus. I'm with Awareness Digital. You know, what we do is we help companies grow, right? We do the branding, the marketing, business consulting. We solve process problems, profit problems, outsourcing China, manufacturing China, logistical consultation, like pretty much everything we can help consult on outside like legal, but we even have a really good legal team that we can refer you to. We have amazing accounting firms that are like top-notch people. Like I would trust blindfolded and deaf with these people because that's how honest and sincere and transparent they are when it comes to doing accounting right and financing. And so we have really, really wide network and a lot of great people that can help you grow your business if you're interested. And yeah, again, like I said, appreciate the people that took the time to watch this. And my name's Marcus, and we'll hopefully do another video. I want to do another video on some other topics, hopefully next week. Again, deep apologies for the time delay on this stuff, but hey, we've been busy. And yeah, so good day, everybody, and take care. Thank you.